188 diamonds.
That's absolutely the case. We are dropping once again onto Gili Island for game number 3 in this grand finals here.
All right, let's get that
Southeast
bread.
Asian Regional Clash. We're getting something, that's for sure. I knew you were going to sneak that in, Fish. I didn't know when, but I knew it was coming.
I hate it so much, though.
Why do you say it?
I don't know.
Why do you? Yeah.
I say things I hate. It's just how it works.
Yeah, you know, actually, that's kind of true. You do. All right, so planes coming in from the north side of the map. Remember last time we had a circle that centered up here at around Massout Factory and Echo Valley. Teams will be going back to drop zones, some of which are very familiar. As we see, we now have the ability to tell who is dropping where,
So
not just by number, but also by team name.
Things are getting a bit more normal now. Look at that. ECO Gaming going to their regular drop pattern, but they're in some trouble. They're met with another team on Training Island. ECO Gaming have a unique drop pattern. They split loot. They have one person on Training Island, and then the remaining 3 will go north of the observatory, all of which will be split up. They're actually running into a fight against NR Warriors, and they've already split up.
Yeah, it looks like
Not
Pirate Team's also going to be there as well. This is going to be a little rough to kick things off, and there's not a lot of space there on our spawn island, so that might be the start of some early fights where the loot's just getting easy.
NRX still going towards Locking Cans, Brandy Sports as well as Fnatic looking at Massout Factory, but the circle is going all the way to the east. Pirate King still sticking on Squirrel Depot, WAFF, just east of it. Sorry, west of it.
Yeah, another very different circle from what we've been seeing today. We've had a central one, we've had a northwest one, and now we have a southeast.
But Fate will like this circle quite a bit. Fate are one of your med-stratting teams. They have been med-stratting, but Gen did have a hero performance in it last match to get 7 kills. They're center of the circle, and the way they position, which is to the east of Bitter Lake, it's a good spot to loot because it's low loot areas where you can pick up a lot of meds, decent gear but nothing flashy. And you can split loot without the worry of teams running into you. One of the things that caused Fate to falter so heavily during the last grand finals is they lost players so early into the competition. They would drop, they'd loot, and then there'd be another player there that kills 2 to 3 of their squad members because they are split looting. They've changed and adapted. They're now looting lower loot areas. Where they can still get as much meds as possible if they split loot, but only if they split loot. But because it's low loot areas, less likely to run into other squads, and it seems like nobody is really dropping with them at the moment. It's a good spot for them. They're currently in 5th place, only 70 odd points away from 1st as well. It's a really tight top 5 at the moment. And again, consistency is key. NR Warriors and NRX finishing top of the table quite consistently means they're going to take the number 2 spot. Look at this fight very early on.
Oh, yep, it's quick right now. Akame is going to find one down on Instinct, and Nepter as well. WAFF losing everybody early on, and this is another rough start for the Indonesian representatives.
Yeah, I said WAF triple F, WAFF, doesn't matter.
Lots of Fs.
Double F. I've said that they make the hero plays when it counts. They did that last season. They did it during the last day of groups, but it seems that they're going back to what has made them one of the bottom of the table teams, and they keep getting dropped so early on.
You can't make the hero plays if you're dead in the first couple of minutes, Fish. So once again, the Indonesian team falls down here over by Wheat Town. Akame playing pretty impressively for his team.
Just 2 players, though. And
just team.
It shows one of the problems with WAF. I mean, yes, they're a strong strategical team. They know how to play around the game when they have all 4 players up, but as soon as they split up, they run into so many problems. Akame 1-on-2. It wasn't like WAF were at a disadvantage or got jumped. They were rushing Akame. They had the numbers advantage, but they still went in so recklessly. No cover for them. Akame used the little bit of cover he had by the corner of the house fantastically. WAF out in the open. They were parallel to each other, so it was easy for Akame to get 2 for the price of 1 as long as he holds down that spray button. Some of the bullets are going to hit the target he's not aiming for anyway, and he takes down those kills. Really poor coming out from WAF. 3 maps in a row, a little bit lackluster. Map 1 a bit better than the others, but map 2 was a crash and burn. Now they lose 2 players right off the bat, a little bit of a crash and burn there. We do get to check in with ECO. Now, ECO and Pirate Team have gone back to their respective loot patterns. Pirate Team did it in Game 2. ECO now doing it for Game 3. Pirate Team will be over towards the observatory. They'll be in a 3-1 split. 1 player south of it. So that's it. John's taking some damage here. Just driving on to the distance, trying to get out. Gets out.
Oh, right inside the house he goes, but the team are hot as heels.
though.
It's Bren Esports that want to circle around him in this caravan here.
Run!
Papau's already out. That was the hero of last game Jan Fluke, let's see if he's able to stay alive. This would be a hell of a clutch.
This is a cat and mouse chase right now. John Fox is running away. He knows that he's got the upper hand as long as he keeps moving. Brent Esports have to check their corners. They have to do their due diligence. John Fox should be able to escape this. All he has to do he's out! Their vehicle.
He's out! Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, what?
He just took them on a little bit of a Benny Hill theme right there.
That was great. He sneaks out the back door and just drives away.
Just takes one of the trucks that they were using to chase him down as well.
Jebaited.
His truck gets blown up, so now Brent Esports, it doesn't cost them too much. They blow up Fnatic's truck and they lose one of their own, but they still have one to work with.
I don't even care about the results, man. That was just brilliant by Jan Fluke. Oh, see ya, suckers. I'm out of here.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Here's the final two members of WAF.
Yeah, they're trying to maybe hide out, retire a little bit early here on the south side of the map. But
they're in the zone.
They're in the crosshairs of Mach 4.
They don't have to run too far, WAF here. They're already inside the zone, so they should be fairly comfortable.
Yeah. Pirate King, though, trying to flank them. Well, I say flank, trying to get them on two fronts. You see Shibuya off to the right and Mach 4 here off to the left. And you got to be careful when you get into these situations where you have a numerical advantage, just because you sometimes can get a little bit cocky. I don't think Pirate King are that type of team, though. They are relatively calculated. You can see WBS and Delusion are actually moving further away.
Remember, you can see the kill feed. If you're playing the game, you can see who has fallen and who has not. If they have a way to know that's WAF, they might know there's only 2 players there and they can rush them. But very difficult for them to tell unless they get it down. Once they down one of those players, they'll know which squad it is. And if they've been keeping track, they'll know there's only one other person left. However, just on spawning out movements alone, they've only seen 2 players so far. So they might just be trying to pick up the free 20 points. And with the top of the table being a difference between 1st and 5th right now is 70 points. 20 is a lot to pick up. It's much easier to get 20 points when you have a squad of 4 against a squad of 2 as well. So it's good fights that you want to take. The only other player that is being killed in this map is from the squad that's currently on your screen, Fury Roads, losing 1 player very early on. They're going to continue through the rest of this map with just 3, still looting up. We're early into the match, so we've had the early fights of stragglers here and there getting picked off, or the early skirmishes due to proximity dying down. So we're going to cruise into about 15 minutes into this map before we get another big battle, really. That's where we're going to see these squad skirmishes take place throughout the mid-game of the tournament. Got some time here, though, Pyra. Team's just going to chill out and look to pick up as much loot as possible.
Yeah, this is the quiet start that we always expect, but there have been a few more of those hectic plays early on in this grand final. Only resulted in a handful of deaths. Still sights on the last remaining members of WAFFF. Check in with some other teams, though. Watching Akame and the rest of Just Team. They're going to find the members of Fate. And this is another circle round here by the gas station. Ooh, Riven is going to barely get away, but I think that truck's on fire. Yeah, he's going to have to bail out. This is a very aggressive team from Vietnam here, Just Team.
Yeah, Just Team chasing down Fate. Trying to see what they can do. They got eliminated fairly early on, Just Team. They've been sneaking up, though. Trying to remember what they were previously known as. The name is on the tip of my tongue right now, but Just Team were previously one of the premier teams in Vietnam. They lost 2 of their players. I believe they went over to the NRX organization early before they picked up a Vietnamese org. But unsure what they were previously known as. I'll try and see if I can recollect what they were. Being very aggressive, like you said, against Fate. Just getting shots over towards the vehicle. Disagree with the decision to chase, so hopefully they made the choice to back down instead. WBS from Double F has been taken down, so WAF have been put into another sticky situation. It's only Delusion left inside this compound, and Pirate Team have done such a good job of keeping them pinned down in this area.
Yeah, this is the 3rd game in a row that they're going to be having these struggles right now, and you're getting close to the halfway point of the grand finals. You're in very real danger of dropping down into the bottom half for good. Something has to change here for the Indonesian representatives if they want to pick things up. Checking in with Fate here from Singapore. Doing too shabby. Dave Jan's going to hop into the monster truck. Joel not too far behind. We'll see how long they can last because 5th place finishes twice. Good performance, but we want to see them do a little bit better than that. Or at least I think they would like to see themselves do a little bit better than that. Delusion still. We keep checking in on Delusion here since it seems
It's
like the
last
Wolves
man.
are closing in from Pirate King.
Yeah, not too much you can do at the moment.
Well, it's just going to be a little quieter. And I think the rest of the team's going to be happy that it's settled into a little bit more normalcy with low action here up to the 10-minute mark. This has been the exception that's on the screen at the moment. Well, the breaching begins.
He's been preoccupied with looking out into the distance, so someone's actually snuck in towards this compound. Oh, that's right on his face. Gets down just in
Delusion.
time.
Man, if he can get out of here and still secure a decent placement for his team, that'd be huge.
I don't think they can. I think they've swarmed him so well that the only escape route he has is right through somebody from Pirate Team. Now,
Looks like
the
Shibuya
question is,
there.
can he fight his way out?
Yeah, checking back in over here, though. This is going to be NRX
Whee!
John 316. Woo! I think that was Fire Rose that did a little Dukes of Hazzard there. Delusion is going to get dropped, and that will be the elimination for WAFFF.
Mashiro taking that kill at the very end, so well played. This is, I believe this is Fury Roads.
And Ezio here over at Research Edifice. This is well within the circle. Research Edifice, place we've had some interesting action between Southeast Asia and the North American Cup in recent weeks. One of the more unique structures here. Nice Firecracker priming. Looks like Fire Rose actually finds a kill onto Arrow V. This is halfway across the map, though. We're checking back in here. Just is going to get knocked down. Aichi trying to move forward, get him. Mauri, yes. Wants to get him up, but I think Just is going to drop. That's going to be first elimination there for Fury Roads. Rids gets a knockdown on the opposite side, though. Battle between Thailand and Vietnam here.
ECO do have the defender's advantage here, but Fire Rose trying to do what they can. Look at Aichi's position so far forward. They're pushing in as well. Ymneo is also pushing in. That's a double down, though. That Firecracker did well.
Oh, yeah, it did. That was pretty huge right now, Aichi.
Oh, no.
One of those ones knocked down, and all of a sudden things are starting to fall apart a little bit here for
only
Fury
one left.
Roads. Oh, boy.
Last man standing, Ymneo, the one that made that big flank. Now the last one left alive in such a sticky spot.
And he doesn't get down completely, but he does take about half his health bar
They
in
know
damage.
exactly where he is. They've killed 3 of his teammates. He's the last one standing. All they have to do is swarm now, 3-on-1.
ECO are going to be in great shape going forward here.
They're pretty pissed off as well. They killed one of their teammates, and now they're just trying to deserve the revenge and take down the full squad.
Yeah,
Last
they were the
man.
defenders. Imio on the high ground he goes, and down he drops. So ETO Gaming get the elimination off into Fury Roads. We're down to 50 players here.
They'll be pretty upset that they lose one player for all of this conflict. It was the man that was standing, unfortunately, in the worst corner possible for that engage. It was the Vietnamese squad that got the jump. Now Pirate Team are sweeping in.
Yes, they are. Action's not going to stop here anytime soon. Ezio, if they want to try and get back on this is what we've seen Pirate Team do already. They kind of sniff out these kills, vulture them down. Mario, yes, is going to get eliminated by Mansum. Pirate Team coming through. They've already got another down. Let's see if C can save the day here as he bunny hops left and right, but not enough. Mansum flanks him around the side as Roger was the bait. And Pirate Team now finding themselves some kills to eliminate Ezio.
Yeah, they're going to be so happy with that one. Pirate Team cleaning up all the kills there. I believe they kept all of their players alive, and they will heal back up to full hit points in overtime. But the warehouses are such difficult spots to defend. ECO already showed that when they dropped a single player to Fury Roads. Dropping that one player, you're out in the corner. There's not many good places for you to hide. A couple of grenades is all it's going to take you down. And then Pirate Team hammer that home. Yes, ECO Gaming did kind of get caught with their pants down. They were in such a sticky spot. They already had a firefight against Fury Roads. They weren't prepared for Pirate Team to swoop in, which they did fantastically. Pirate Team, the way that Pirate Team took that compound is how Fury Roads should have done it. Quick, decisive, and to the point. Fury Roads took a little bit too long, allowing ECO to get some good ground against them, get a good flank to try and counter that maneuver. However, warehouses are so hard to defend. There's 2 entrances. You don't get any vantage point from inside the warehouse. It just defends you from stray bullets from the outside. But as soon as the attacking team wants to attack, there's only 2 spots they have to look at. Front door, back door, that's it. And you can throw grenades in. Area of effect damage is so potent. Molotovs work so well to flush people out. And when they run out, they have to choose between running or gunning. Whereas if you're attacking the warehouses, you can do both because you have the upper hand. It's one of the few times the defender's advantage doesn't really kick in. And a lot of the lower end teams tend to defend these compounds. ECO Gaming there, I think that's a bit of an exception. Research Edifice is so easy to defend. Maybe they were caught looting that warehouse when Fury Roads rocked up. We had no better option. Who knows what their thought process was there, but just such a difficult area to defend.
Yeah, end up paying for it here. It looks like Fnatic are going to get into a fight with AROV here. Small Boy already grabbing a couple, but he gets knocked down. So is Lapro. Da! He's going to get dropped down as well. AROV coming up with even more kills as CT gets dropped by Iron Pro, and this was a big open fight. Nobody was taking cover. AROV get eliminated. Wait, that's not right.
That's not it.
That's not correct.
Fnatic.
It was Fnatic.
Put Fnatic's mana up. Fnatic got eliminated.
Yeah, Small Boy and Iron Pro still up here.
Don't blame production. If you're telling me that there was a fight taking place between AROV and Fnatic 15 minutes in, I would say Fnatic win that fight. But that's 2 times in this tournament that Fnatic have been taken down where they're meant to be the strongest. Fnatic are your dueling team. You put them in a strict one-on-one, open play zone, nowhere for them to run, plenty of time, they will win 90% of the fights. That's been proven wrong today. Map 1, Map 3, they get taken down 15 minutes in the one-on-one squad fights, in the open area. AROV come out on top. As we do see Pirate Team taking some pot shots against NRX, they should be fine. But also, AROV, that's pretty much the hometown heroes at the moment. A lot of people that are watching today's broadcast are supporting AROV. Just go to the Facebook comments and you can see so much of it. Everyone is really supporting this squad from Malaysia. They're looking to try and take home some sort of glory for the Southeast Asian General Division. There we go, we got Fnatic up there.
When Fnatic take down ping pong results for our top Thai team today. And now Pirate Team, we're locked in a battle, as you mentioned, between NRX, John. That's never the team you want to face down, but they've been doing an admirable job between this compound and the high ground that NRX have been holding out on. Pirate Team, last time around, were a team that mostly picked off kills without actually dealing a lot of damage. This time, it's about to change. 16.5 minutes in. We're still in play zone 3. Good spot here to the southwest of Research Edifice for Pirate Team to hold out.
17 minutes in here as well, Pirate. This is, between 15 to 20 is where you expect the score, the remaining players to go down to 40. Fate here in a fight, though, very early on, rocking up naked. Oh my goodness!
Oh, Dave Jans dropped down. Number one, way too many members here for them to deal with. Neko is going to be downed as well, and all of a sudden, Brenny Sports are the ones coming up with the kills. Number one as well.
That was an RPG to the face. I don't know how to feel about that.
They grouped a little too much. That's what enabled it to happen. Normally, you don't see stuff like that. It's vehicle kills or nothing.
You saw plenty of other players being knocked out. Feta going to be taken down here as well. Dave Jan is down. Oh, Pow Pow.
There's that RPG coming. Oh, excuse me. That's grenade not RPG. Launcher. Grenade launcher coming through.
MGL gets fired on. Well played coming up from Pow Pow. Puts down some damage, gets him low, and then uses the MGL to finish off that down. Dave Jan's going to get killed. So Reuven is the last person alive for Fate. They're looking to try and secure another 5th place finish, maybe?
I mean, I think that's pretty likely
My money's
to happen.
On 5th.
It's been the safest bet today, Fish, when everything else has been off, for sure. Reynald taking cover behind his car here.
It's turned into a number 1 against Brenny Sports, and again, vehicles are not tanky anymore. Trucks are not tanky. You can't roll into spaces where teams could be hiding. So it's RPG against Grenade Launcher at the moment. Number 1 have the RPG. I think the Kiss still reloading, so still has some bullets for it. So this is the buffed RPG, if I'm not mistaken. The projectile speed is noticeably faster. You can see when the Kiss fires it out, it does move at a much faster speed than what we experienced, but the splash damage has been reduced, and if you're behind cover, it has been significantly reduced. So if you're behind a tree, you get hit by an RPG, you shouldn't be going down, but you should take some significant damage for it, as expected. I believe so. I could be wrong. Could be the wrong patch. Then again, the green zone hasn't changed, so nothing about this meta is going to change.
No, that's a fair point.
All right. Brenny Sports, so getting the jump onto Fate. They'll be pretty happy about that. Now let's see if they can win this fight against number 1. They've got the zone advantage here. Number 1 other team that's stuck outside the zone. They need to work against it. They got a good down to Fet though as well, so put some pressure on them. Kiss taking some damage too. Brenny Sports doing all the right things at the moment. They've got 44 seconds before they're forced to move, so they can really make the choice here. It's only zone 4 going into zone 5. If Brenny Sports won, they could potentially sit here and try and flush number 1 into their position, get 4 extra frags, then move in. Risky choice, but can benefit you if you want more points. Or they can simply say, we'll keep them here as long as possible. Let's move into the zone, get onto the edge of the next zone, and hopefully they run into us. Here's Seal, though, in a fight against No Rule.
Oh, no.
No!
That,
No!
that's not what you want to see. A self-down from SEAL Team.
Oh,
missing,
no!
missing the grenade.
Oh,
Man. Well, we usually have highlight reels, but how's
I'm
about
sorry.
that
It's
for a
SEAL
blooper?
Team in a fight against SEAL Team right now, Pyra.
Yeah, that was a bit of an oopsie. I don't know what else to say about that. Sanji's just running away. I would too.
I don't want anything to do with my teammates anymore after that.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, no, and he's dropped down by
he's
Mashiro.
down.
All right, well, I think it's safe to say who won that one.
Thook's the last person alive for SEAL Team as well.
We see sometimes teams will do this. They'll kind of hope not to get noticed in a shack here, but it's kind of hard to defend.
Depends. If Thook's got enough meds to just med strat now, he should be fine.
That's a good point.
Let's see if he does, though.
All right, let's move our attention over to Bren Esports here on this high ground and Fire Rose, who have held out a lot longer than we've seen over the course of today. Ooh, that's 1 or 2 shots.
That play was very upsetting. I am still upset.
You are shooketh?
No.
Oh, just upset. Well, all right. Boy. Number 1 didn't even have to do anything here. Yeah, End finished himself off.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, ends up bleeding out at the end there. Nobody actually got him. That's the crazy thing. Does he get 10 points for killing himself?
No.
Be
I
something.
don't think that's how that works.
Oh,
Those are
boy.
my 10 points from the table, though.
Yeah, it does take them off, so no one else can have them, which is, I suppose, a silver lining there for SEAL Gaming.
It's actually one of the things I don't like about not having friendly fire on weapons, is that you can't execute your downed allies. If you had friendly fire, you could just kill your downed allies.
It would be
to
very
prevent points.
confusing visually, though, by the way. It really would.
Just prevent the points.
Nice little flip there for the kiss as he keeps driving through. Zeldrin's trying to fire him down.
This
Number
is
1,
what-
this is the desperation move they had to make.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
That's a down.
Bren Esports could wait for them outside the zone, but Zeldrin's looking the wrong way. The rest of them have already made it into that zone exactly where he down that final player.
Oh boy, Loki and Yada running through. Raynal, not the most accurate here on this scope, is actually not going to get a single down. On to Fire Rose.
Sniper weapons and higher scoped weapons were recently brought back into competitive play, or into the meta, I should say, due to the fact it's more defensive. Some teams have done so well with it. Look at North America, Team Secret picking up the scope weapons, looking fantastic. Legacy as well. Coming into Southeast Asia, though, not as many teams have gotten used to these long-range scoped weapons. A lot of the Thai teams have done very well. NRX have done really well. They're a good gunslinging team. They're happy to take these gunfights. But Raynor, as you mentioned, missing quite a few easy shots here, even there.
Yeah.
They're shots. Look, if you miss them once in a while, that's fine, but you can't keep missing these almost free shots.
Especially when you have such an advantageous position here. They're not going to have the luxury of being able to sit on this high ground unopposed for too long as the circle will continue to shrink down. We check in with AROV here. Small boy, once again, still grabbing pot shots off of his RPG. 2 kills rocking it this time. The hero of the Malaysian squad. The reason we usually keep eyes on him, but he's going to be locked in a fight here with Fire Rose on the opposite side. RPG coming through the window. Not going to find anything on it, though. Bren Esports are also sniffing around. Looks like Lycan is actually going to drop, so NRX John are going to lose one of their members, too. That was a different fight, though. Now we see Raynal finding just arm.
That's better, Raynor.
No, Feta's going to get knocked down as well as the kiss. Not quite yet, actually.
Raynor doing really good. I mean, he missed the first few shots against the other squad, the right-hand side of this hill, and turns back around. He hits the shot he needs to against number 1. 2 players down, 1 killed.
Yes, indeed. A lot of this action is going to start centering around these few compounds that are still within the circle of play. AROV, Fire Rose, Bren Esports on the outside. Looks like AROV is going to lose Boyka, though, unfortunately. Pow Pow grabs 1. Grabs 2. That was the kiss. This is all happening right on the edge of the view. We're down to 19 players, Fish. Here's Pow Pow driving through. See everybody making a beeline for it. Handful of teams, handful of players still med-stratting. Taking a look at it, only 5 teams have been fully eliminated. And one of them is NR Warriors.
I think they were the 6th team to be eliminated now. Fate still keeping that 1 player alive, so they're going to try and make a push for a top 5. I think after losing 3 players so early on, they'd be pretty happy. And
Look at Pirate Team.
It's kind of what we talked about for Fate. Jackie just
Ooh,
now
that's
is
so
creeping
close.
in. That's kind of what we talked about Fate when they dropped just then, which is number 1 being eliminated as well. So well done from Bren Esports.
And Fire Rose.
Fate were a team that kept getting caught out in the early stages, losing 2 to 3 members, and that's what happened again today. So going back to part of their weakness is Ryok trying to charge in.
Oh, he gets down, though, and Jackie's also killed. So Pirate team, last couple of members were standing, and they actually get knocked down, eliminated. I don't know if anybody else is still up from this team. They haven't seen the elimination notification.
This is Bren Esports' game to lose. They're center circle. They've held onto this spot for so long. They've gotten plenty of frags, and they're well kitted. Pow Pow has a ghillie suit and had the Mega Grenade launcher earlier, so they are really set for a top finish. He still has that Mega Grenade launcher as well.
Yeah, no, he's trained his sights on AROV, trying to move in here. That's 3 members still strong, and how long will they last? Noticing that they're under some pretty heavy fire. 3 of the 13 players remaining still AROV side. Bren Esports pushing in to try and close it out on them. Here's Zeldrins. He takes a lot of damage, gets downed by Small Boy, though.
AROV all working together to gun him down as soon as Zeldrins pushes up. Turn it into a 3-on-3 in the circle. 6-9's in there as well, so they've got to be careful about the man that might play spoiler.
Ooh, he does get knocked down, though, so unfortunately,
well done, Iron Pro.
It's going to be it for NRX John in this one. But Small Boy gets knocked down by Tina Pei while it's all happening. And it looks like he's going to get taken out by Pow Pow unless the rest of the team can actually come to the rescue in time.
2 pro members, only pro members left. Iron Pro as well as Law Pro.
Yeah, Roger falls meanwhile it's all happening. Took actually managed to take him out off screen, which means Pirate Team are going to be eliminated with Seal Gaming still left up in this game.
Tina Pei takes down one of the pro players. Iron Pro is going to go down, so it's only Law Pro that's left. I think he just backed down and went towards the green zone just to try and heal up instead and look for a med strat.
Yep, Iron Pro should be dropped. Easy peasy, finishing blow. Tina Pei manages to fire it out, so we're at 20 and it should be 6.5.
It should be Bren Esports' game to take again. Look, they held onto this zone very well. They killed the final few players that were coming in. They've picked up plenty of frags and repelled the last team that had 3 members alive, which was AROV. Law Pro last man standing, healing outside the zone. So it's down to the 4 members of Bren Esports as well as 5 players currently med-stranding outside the zone.
Right you are. Looks like that's going to be it. So Bren Esports likely to take this one for sure. There's one more member of NRX John 316. It was Zippy who managed to do it. And remember, this is the team that was out in front right now, so they should have no trouble picking up a significantly high finish once again. And this is why the Medstride is so significantly strong.
You have to prep for it. Look at Law Pro. He did it reactively, and now he has to rush in. This is why if you want to commit to Medstrading, you have to prep for it before it actually happens. If not, you're going outside, you have next to no meds to work with. So AROV going to drop to 6th place coming into this map. Good run for them, but this is also the danger of Medstrat. When Medstrat's such a common strategy, you have 5 to 6 teams doing it every single round. It almost makes it so that if you don't take first, you're not finishing second. You're going to be finishing 7th or 8th or 9th. And that's what happens to AROV. Realistically, you look at AROV against Bren Esports, final 2 teams in the top circle, or in the final circle, that's your 1st and 2nd place teams. Sure, maybe one team was med-stratting, 1st and 3rd place team, not as bad. But with 4 teams that were med-stratting, and 4 teams that are still currently med-stratting, it means that AROV go from losing the final firefight to 6th place. It is becoming a problem.
You're absolutely right. So, with all that said and done, we've got Bren Esports joining them, just a handful of teams, and they will be the winners of this round. So in 3 games, we're seeing once again now the resurgence of the Philippines teams. But this is Bren Esports. This is not the flashy team. This is not the likes of NRX John 316 or NR Warriors that are actually taking the top spot, but the 3rd team from the Philippines as the last member of NRX John actually drops. Looks like Seal Team is actually going to be able to last a little longer.
Thuk got the upper hand of taking down one of the Pirate Team members, so he's going to be able to get his extra meds as well. Reuven's still here.
Is this going to be another 5th place finish? No, he's a little higher, I think.
I don't think he's going to get 5th place here again.
If he drops
no,
right
he
now,
just,
he would get 5th.
I think he just mistimed it.
Oh, boy.
Kame does drop out, so that's going to be Justin being eliminated.
Oh,
Reuven did mistime it. Oh, no.
But I think that means that Fate's going to get a top 3 finish.
I think it's 4th place they should get here.
Oh, there's still 3 members of Bren up. That's right.
So 4 members of Bren Esports still left up. So 3rd or 4th. Seal Team will drop into 2nd place, but Reuven just mistimed it. Play Zone 7 to Play Zone 8 doubles the damage, and he was chugging a energy drink, which is a smart thing to do in Play Zone 7, but right when he finished, Play Zone 8 ticked over, so he wasn't watching that, and because of that, the double damage actually kills him before he can get a final med off. little bit of a misplay, but 29 minutes is no laughing matter when it comes to Medstrat. Thook's done really well. SEAL team, they lost so many players early on, but for him to not only survive, but get a kill outside the player zone, really well done. He survives till 30th place as well.
Yeah, after a bit of a gaffe, SEAL actually managed to get a little farther out here and a little bit of fun at the end.
Yeah, just kills his ally. That's fine.
This is from missing that shot earlier.
Sets him on fire too.
Wow, that's some teammates.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, that's multiple. That's lots of fire.
Oh,
look at all that
make
fire.
it stop.
How do you solve fire? With more fire. Firecracker. Go, Pow Pow. Launch it. No points for that either, unfortunately.
10 points to Gryffindor.
And Pow Pow manages to live up
Thook's
to his
still alive. This is the longest med strat we've had. He's actually done it. It wasn't even prepared, but Thook has now overtaken the longest med strat we have. Previously, it was 30 minutes and 5 seconds. I believe it was Fate.
Is that a world record?
I think it is. I think this is the longest med strat we've seen. I could be wrong, but this is definitely it.
Wow. That's impressive.
I like my phrase.
But we're going to have to
could
wait
be
here
wrong,
a little bit.
Definitely it. No, I
Yeah,
think he's done it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Too bad he's not anywhere near close, trying to find a couple more
really good.
kills. He will manage to make it all the way almost to 31 minutes. Well
This
played.
is definitely the
the
longest. 100% the longest we've seen in a med strat. 30 minutes, 57 seconds. That is insane.
Wow.
And of course, it's SEAL team that do it as well, the team that is known for their med stratting capabilities.
Yep, so SEAL team getting the second place with Bren Esports grabbing number 1. Fate, though, do slide into third, and that's going to be absolutely excellent for them, despite the fact that they got 0 frags this game.
The reason why they're going to like that so much is